when you're 60, are you going to be happy about how you spent the last 40 years of your life? What are you doing? Are you going to be happy about that? Did you waste away your life, or did you live a fulfilling life?
Right.
And that can be scary.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, drifting through the wind, wanting to fly again? Fuck that shit. Welcome back to the Better Friends podcast. My name is Johnny Corcoran.
I'm Erich Feist. Oh my god. I had no idea you're going to go for that, dude. So Johnny and I made this agreement that when we open each podcast, we're alternating. And so we're going to come up with our own original ways to open the podcast. That's Johnny's, I guess.
And it's going to be different every time, so you never know what to expect. So today's topic is not actually about whether you feel like a plastic bag or not.
No kidding.
Today's topic is about goals. I want you to know that making goals, setting goals, writing them down is super important. It's important to have a direction in your life, something that you can always be striving for and working towards. Because otherwise, what are you doing here?
You're just dying. That's it.
You're just
dying.
existing. You're going with the flow like a piece of driftwood on the waves, like a plastic bag floating through the wind. And it's just not a good way to be. Kind of depressing.
Still carrying the analogy. I like it.
Yes.
That's good. It's perfect. Yeah, like Johnny said, goals are huge. You need to know your aim, man. You need to know where you're going.
Well, I mean, what else to say other than, like, you're stupid if you don't have goals? Goals are how you set yourself up to succeed in the future. If you know what you want, and even if you don't know what you want, think about something that you eventually want later in life. For example, kids. Want to have kids. Well, you should probably set the goal of, like, getting a spouse. And you can break that down into littler goals to achieve that, such as asking her for her number, going on dates, doing all of these different things, being a good boyfriend.
Yeah. Short-term and long-term goals.
Exactly. Short-term goals that lead into your long-term goals and make them more likely to happen, and long-term goals that help you achieve what you want to in life.
Couldn't have said it better. We'll probably be expanding as we get into this. Selfishly, I'm going to talk about my goals right now. So, some life goals. Get over it, Johnny. You have a soul-sucking friend. So, with my goals,
true,
man, they're huge. They're life goals. I'm a very idealistic person. I'm not that realistic. I mean, that only comes out when there's doubt in my mind. But so some of the goals I have. I mean, I got this YouTube channel, as I'm sure a lot of people have this same goal in life. It's to be a big YouTuber. That would be freaking sweet. It's like grow this audience and provide good, meaningful content to them. So I'll tell you something. My purpose in life that I found, and I know this for a fact, my purpose is to impact other people's lives in a positive way. And however that I do that, perfect. And so something I really enjoy is entertaining people. And I've been dabbling with the idea of whether that means I have to be an actor or I don't know, like expanding this YouTube channel or whatever. I'm also thinking, like, why not do it all? Ultimately, I think the best way of putting it is I just want to be an entertainer, and with that, building a platform that I can use to impact other people's lives really significantly. Sure. Like, I'm talking David Dobrik-esque, giving away cars, giving away checks for $10,000. I really admire that, and I really love that.
Mr. Beast type action.
Yeah, exactly. So those are some acts that really inspire me. Right now, I'm actually auditioning for the University of Minnesota Twin Cities acting program. We're going to see what happens. I made callbacks, so we're down to the last 75 people.
Let's go.
I've got it Sunday at 9 a.m., baby. I'm going to be in the zone. I'm going to see what happens.
Let's do it.
I am manifesting. I have a manifestation journal. I'm writing down. I'm like, wow, it's so great that I got that program already. I love it. My life's great. So, yeah, really excited for that. And My goal is to be an actor and try to pursue that to my fullest potential. I want to be the best that I can possibly be as an actor, as an entertainer, and making other people's lives better. And even if it just gives me such a dopamine rush when I'm making other people smile and laugh, and I just gain so much energy from that. I love it. It's selfish and giving at the same time. Other
Best
people
of
get
both
enjoyment.
worlds.
I get enjoyment. It's perfect. It's a perfect balance. But those are mine. Johnny, what are yours?
So mine are broken down a lot differently. You kind of have this one really big goal that sort of ties into your purpose in life. And I want to say, first of all, I really like your purpose in life. And it's something that I jive with as well. I think my own purpose, if you will, would be a little bit smaller scale and aiming more for a butterfly effect.
Ooh.
And so the people that I encounter in my life, I want them to be enriched. I want them to, like you said, I want to improve their experience of life in some way or another. If that means making them smile, making them laugh, being there for them when they need me, going through tough times together, these kind of things, I want to be able to have a positive impact on their experience of life. And I hope that that positive experience for them will ripple outwards to the people that they have experiences with.
That's so good. It's so good thing we're friends. Good thing we're friends. That's good.
Good thing we're friends.
Good thing we align in that.
So my goal breakdown is a little bit different. It's broken down into 4 main areas. And so the first main area for me is career. Getting a good job, being able to comfortably afford living and a family, and being able to support the people that I love. The second main area is hobbies. I want to develop hobbies so I'm not a boring person and I'm not just a piece of shit that has nothing going on in their life except for work.
Respectable.
My third main area is fitness.
Oh, baby.
But not just physical fitness. I also include mental fitness in this area.
Oh, that's good.
And so that means, whilst trying to stay fit, be healthy, stronger, also reading, continue learning, always trying to improve upon myself, which is sort of the theme of this podcast.
Yeah.
And then the last main area is relationships. And this goal area is about improving my relationships with the people around me, maintaining them, not letting people fall away.
That's real good.
Yeah, these are my 4 big goal areas. And I have them broken down into smaller goals, like I said at the beginning. Smaller goals that will help me, hopefully, to achieve the big goals. For example, the first part of getting a good job was graduating from college. To me, that was the first little goal to the big goal. Finishing up my classes, doing well, and graduating so that I had this basis of what I could apply for jobs with. I also have sending resumes on there. I also have getting experience, knowing your own worth, not selling yourself short.
Ooh, that's very important. That's very important.
Yeah, it's just so, to me, it's these little steps that I can do that will continue moving me towards my big goal area and hitting that. And the part that I really like about this is I have these all taped to my mirror.
That's huge.
So every day when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm getting out of the shower and I'm flexing in the mirror, I also see all my goals.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
While I'm kissing my biceps, I'm also saying no days off. You got to go hard, baby.
That's amazing. That's a very important thing. So with goals, you need to look at them so frequently. Every day. I'm thinking about my goals every day. Because while I'm at work doing the job that doesn't totally fulfill me, I'm thinking about what I'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way for a lot of people.
Yeah, when you're working a dead-end job that you hate, and you're thinking, there's so much that I could be doing to get out of this job. And then that gives you the drive to reach those goals. If you're not in a place where you're happy and you have a goal of where you want to be,
Yes.
then those unhappy moments just give you more motivation and more drive to get to the place where you want to be.
It's making the decision. It's like, how bad do you want it? You can just take control.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so amazing. Fucking love that. Johnny, something I noticed about when you were talking about how you have it broken down into different steps. That, dude, okay, that's a goal, but also what you're talking about is a plan.
Yes.
And that's how you really get to your goals, okay? Because a dream is just an idea of where you want to be. Okay, I want to be an actor. A goal is broken down even more. Okay, I have times in my life. I have a 3-year goal. Okay, I want to be an actor within 3 years. How do you become an actor? You go to acting lessons and all this stuff, and then you create a plan.
Yes.
It's all about the plan. You make the plan and deadlines you need to get those done by. I'm going to complete 5 acting classes by this date. I'm going to go to the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis and take their acting classes for 2 months and keep improving. And that's a plan. And so, Johnny, what you're talking about is a freaking plan, and that is how you get to your dreams. And so it brings your dreams closer to reality because they exist. You can make them happen. That is what's crazy. It's not out of reach.
And it's a very good way of noting your progress. When you are able to do those little things and cross it off, and then you see to yourself that you're getting closer and closer to your dreams.
Yeah. Again, that's huge. Like we talked about in the last podcast, taking progress pics for working out. Also to touch on, freaking the song Harlem is by New Politics, not The Politics. I was a jackwagon in the last podcast. I forgot about that. We realized that when Johnny was trying to look up the song and feel fulfilled, in which case, Johnny, guess you're not as into the song as I am. I mean, that's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But
must say,
it
was not as hyped as Eric was.
What would you say? You have these goals of your work and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Is there one that tops them all? Do you have like a dream of like ideally where you want to be at in life? Do you have kind of this picture in your mind of where you'd like to be?
That's a very interesting question. I don't exactly have a picture, but what I do have is my idea of happiness. And tied into that is another idea where, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned this to you before, but there's this theory that I've heard about where you can put all of your focus and attention onto 2.5 things.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
You can only focus and put all of your time and effort into 2.5 things. So, for example, the 3 things that I think of immediately is family, work, and hobbies. And so you don't have enough time and energy to do all 3 of those things to your fullest potential. And so you have to pick and prioritize 2.5 of those things. And so for me, I envision family and hobbies more importantly than work. I don't want work to be one of the things that ends up taking more of my time. I don't want work to take away time from my family or from the things that help me enjoy life. My ideal situation, my happiness, will come from being in a place where I'm comfortable. I don't have to worry about bills. I don't have to worry about going on vacation or buying gifts for the people that I love. And being surrounded by family and people that I love. That is my dream, I would say.
That's amazing. As we've talked about, and this is going back to what I said about my goals, also a huge part of what I want to happen is the thought of being big in an entertainment kind of way on YouTube, on the internet, and having a bunch of my best friends be a part of my crew, helping me create, like we were talking about Corey, which we will be having on at some point. He wants to help us get this podcast out there, and he's basically being a producer, which we're very happy about. And he's super excited about it. And just having your environment like that help keep influencing you and motivating you to get to that place and having the same kind of vision.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that's so similar to my ideal too, of being surrounded by people who want to do the same things as you do. Putting yourself near people who you want to be like, and being in a community where everyone has similar goals can definitely be a good way of motivating yourself and just continuing the grind, staying on top of it, because you'll see examples of it all around you and constantly be reminded that that's what you want.
Your environment is everything. What you surround yourself with is what you're going to become. One of my friends, his name's Axel, he told me, he heard this somewhere, so I don't even know. I'm not going to take credit for this. I did not come up with this. I love this saying, though. But it's, your friends are your future.
Mm-hmm.
Again, your environment is going to influence you so hard. In middle school, I had this friend group that was not great. I ended up leaving it. Dude, my grades tanked. I didn't care about school at all. That's not actually who I was. I got into high school after that, and I was just a completely different student, just based on the friends I had.
Sure.
It's wild. And obviously, that doesn't mean it controls every aspect of your life, but it's huge, what you surround yourself with.
Yeah, and one thing that we touched on in the last podcast as well, very briefly, is it helps a lot to visualize the negative scenario. The scenario where you're not doing the things that you want to do. The worst case path. If you didn't have these goals set and ready and broken out into doable steps for you to achieve, what is going to happen to you? For example, the worst case scenario that you can imagine, becoming a drunk or an addict, completely falling out of social grace, losing all of your money, eventually being homeless and dying alone on the streets. The worst possible road. But if you visualize that sort of thing happening to yourself as a consequence of not setting goals, you better believe you're going to have some goals set tomorrow.
You're so right, man. A good way of putting it is like, when you wake up, when you're 60, are you going to be happy about how you spent the last 40 years of your life? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be happy about that? Did you waste away your life, or did you live a fulfilling life?
Right.
And that can be scary. So internalize that.
Yeah, internalize the value of time. And one thing that I've noticed is that we are 22 years old. And even with the lengthening life expectancies, we are at least 1/5, if not a quarter, of the way through our lifespan.
God, it's so shitty.
It's so insane to think about.
It's ridiculous.
And if you look back on that and look at how you've spent your time in all of the ways where you could have been doing something more productive or something to help you achieve your goals, but you didn't, that's just another way of preventing regrets. Like you said, when you're older, you want to have lived a fulfilling life. You want to say that you tried, that you accomplished something, that you did the things you set out to do.
I'm speechless. All right, I think that's it for this one. I feel like I just did a line of Coke. So thank you all so much for listening. We really enjoy this podcast, and we're excited to see where this goes.
And hopefully that's helpful for some of you guys. It's been on our minds a lot recently, and we just wanted to get it out there.
Thank you so much, guys. We're going to see you next week in the next podcast.
Peace.
Bye.